So it is just about time to begin. Welcome to 5 Marketing Hacks for Online T-Shirt Stores, hosted by Printful and Mamaya. Very quickly before we begin, and for those of you who don't know, just having some problems with my screen here. One moment, please. Sorry about the technical difficulties here. Just a second, and we will get going. Okay, here we go. So before we dive into today's content, and for those of you who don't know, very quickly, Printful essentially prints and ships T-shirts and other print products. So you can see in this little graphic here what it is that we do. You essentially connect your e-commerce store with us, and then we automatically fulfill your orders and send them to your end customer. So my name is Nora Invice, and I'm on the marketing team over at Printful. I'm very excited to be co-hosting this webinar for two reasons. One, we use Mamaya over at Printful, and we are very big fans. And two, we also love giving our customers marketing and e-commerce advice. We do this a lot on our blog. We're especially scaling up our content now over the holidays, so definitely check that out. So we were very excited to join in on this opportunity to bring you guys even more tips and tricks that you can use for your online stores. So now, without further ado, I will introduce Alon Levin, who will take over the rest of this webinar. So go ahead, Alon, take it away. It is all yours.
Thank you so much, Nora. I'm so happy and excited to be here. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the co-founder and CMO of Mamaya. I'm going to talk about Mamaya in a second. I was previously founded Israeli leading CRM loyalty platform, and then the leading music application in Israel, which became the #1 digital service of the #1 telco company in Israel. And today I'm the CMO of Mamaya. Mamaya is a data-driven creative marketing platform for e-commerce. We are badged Facebook marketing partners. And we're working with customers from over 30 countries all over the world. Like I said, Mamaya is a data-driven creative marketing platform for e-commerce. We use data from your store, like product catalogs, sales, and promotions, orders, and customer behavior. And on top of that, we add relevant third-party data like events, news, product reviews, and search trends. And the results are campaigns that are way more personalized, dynamic, innovative, and predictive. So I want to start by talking about a few marketing hacks that will help you to sell more and retarget better and convert more customers in your store. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is real-time marketing. So real-time marketing is a kind of marketing that is based on up-to-date events. Instead of creating a marketing plan in advance and executing it according to a fixed schedule, real-time marketing is meant to create a strategy that's focused on current relevant trends and immediate feedback from customers. You can see that a lot with brands that every now and then something in politics happen or something that starts to spread on the internet. They react to that and they add their personal angle. And let's see how we can practice real-time marketing in your store's marketing efforts. So let's start with Google Trends. I'm not sure which one of you knows Google Trends. So Google Trends is a public service from Google. It's based on the search engine that shows how often a particular search term is entered in relation to the total search volume across various regions of the world and in various languages. So if you'd like to know where people are more interested in your product categories or in specific products, or if you just curious to know where people around the world are looking for specific search terms and what's the trends, you should check out Google Trends. And in this example, we can see that the interest in laptop backpacks peaked around mid-July, mostly in Minnesota. So what I did here is let's say that I'm selling laptop backpacks, and what I did, I just entered the keyword to Google Trends, and Google Trends showed me in the US how these keywords performed, and you can see that it's up. It's almost doubled its search volume around mid-July. And if you're selling laptop backpacks, and you should monitor related keywords and react with a relevant campaign. In this case, a Minnesota targeted ad displaying the laptop backpacks you are selling. You know how to target. I'm sure that I don't need to explain how to target on Facebook or on Google. Just make sure that you target the specific place where people are most likely to, where people showed interest in your item. Another thing that I'd like to show you about real-time marketing, another example is using the online service IFT. If this, then that. For those of you who's not familiar with IFT, IFT is a free web-based service that allows users to create chains of simple conditional statements called recipes, which are triggered based on changes in other web services such as Gmail, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest, and all other. They have dozens of services that you can connect to each other and create amazing recipes. If something happens on one service, it can trigger something that you like to do on another service. And in this case, we created a recipe that notifies us when winter hits a specific place. This may become handy because most people are oddly surprised when winter is coming, and they are more likely to purchase winter clothes at this point. They just wake up one morning, it's chilly outside, and they remember that they don't have anything to wear and they have to order winter clothes. And you can set notifications that when the temperature is going below a specific point at a specific place, you will get a notification about it. And when you get this notification, you should create an ad with, let's say, for example, your long sleeve shirts and sweatshirts, and target the ad to people in this specific geographic location. So that's another thing that that you can do, and that both of the examples that I showed will help you to get a head start before the trend, before everybody else is will do it, will advertise to these places. You can get a head start and be the first to show your products to the relevant people, to the relevant audience. Hack number 2 is global marketing. Is for this one is for all of you who ship worldwide. So by default, you'll create and show one remarketing ad to your visitors, regardless of where they live. But if you sell to several countries, to multiple countries, then you would like to filter your audience by the origin country of your visitors. So for example, in this case, I filtered my audience, my retargeting audience, I filtered it only for German audience, and then on the ad I can just add "we ship to Germany, order 3 or more," and I can put this little flag here, and I can also have the ad written in German. If you should do that if you have multiple languages on your store. And another thing that it's really important is If you let's say have a special arrangement for taxes and duties, let's say if you're shipping to the States, you can say in the ad for people in the States, all taxes and duties are included. Hack number 3 is very specific if you're selling fashion and t-shirts especially. Microsegment by size. So personalization is very important, especially when it comes to fashion. Most people wear medium and large sizes, and still you have a huge audience looking for special sizes like extra small or extra large, this kind of sizes. And what I'll show you next is how to segment your audience by size and show them an ad carrying products of their size. So first thing, you need to create custom audiences for each size. Set the audience filter to track a size event where the value of the size, where the value is the size. For example, S or XL or L or M or XXXL. And then you will fire the size event with the relevant value whenever a visitor clicks one of the size buttons. You should probably use a developer on this one since it requires an understanding in JavaScript. But this should also be customized for your store theme. And since every theme handles the size button differently, you should consult your developer. But as you can see here, you can just capture the event on every button there, on every size button. You can capture the event, and then you can populate your custom audiences with people who press the S button or the M button. And then when you create the ad, when you set the ad targeting, make sure to include the relevant audience in the custom audience section and exclude the rest. So you will target, in this example, you will target only people who wear medium. Hack number 4 is mainly for Shopify users, but not only, because I know that you can also do that in Magento, and I think that you also have this ability in WooCommerce. I'm going to talk about direct checkout. So let's talk about your funnel for a second. We have a visitor viewing our product page, and the next logical step should be him clicking on Add to Cart and then checking out. But however, that's not always the case. If the visitor leaves the product page without checking out, we will show him a remarketing ad. With this ad, we can bring him back to the product page, or we can take him directly to the next step of the funnel, the cart. And to do that, we'll use direct checkout links in the ad copy. So you can see the URL, the example. So you can see that the variant, you can see the variant number, the variant ID. You can see it in your link, in your URL. And if you check the example on top, www.store.com/cart/the variant ID, and then you add the amount of items, the number of items you'd like to add to the cart, and you can try it yourself in your store. Just enter your store URL, your store address, then /cart/ the variant ID, not the product ID. It's very important. The variant ID, and then the number of items you'd like to add to the cart, and then you'll go directly to the cart with the specific item with the specific size, the specific variant already in the cart, and all there is to do for your user is just pay and finish the transaction. Hack number 5 I'd like to talk about full product display. I like to think of retargeting as a second chance for making a first impression. When your visitor views the product page, they don't always see all the product images, reviews, or other important data that would contribute to them buying the product. So in this example, I'd like to show you how easy it is to give your visitors the full picture. So let's say that this is our product page. You see that in this product page you can see that the product has a lot of images from different angles. Usually when you place one image in an ad, especially if it's vertical, which is very common in fashion, the ad looks like this. But with this simple trick of generating a rectangle image from merging three vertical images, your visitor can see an all-around view of your product. And let's see another example. So another thing that you can do is generate a slideshow video from your product's images by using Facebook's carousel tool, slideshow tool. You should look for it when you create your ads creative. All you have to do is just add your product images, and then just Facebook will create a great slideshow for you. Actually, it's a great video, and then you can create audiences based on people who view this this video and retarget them also. So I think that was it. Nora?
Yeah, I think that's it as well.
Yes.
If you guys have any questions, I guess we can open it up now to a Q&A.
Yes. So if you have any questions, just write the question in the chat. Just a second. Let me see. Okay, wow, we have a lot of questions. Let me see. Okay, regarding the checkout ads, are there any Shopify apps you guys can recommend? Actually, you don't need any app for this. You just it's something that you can do on your own. I just showed how. You just take your store address /cart, and then you can just put the variant ID and the number of items, and that's it. You don't need to pay anyone to do that. It's really simple. Let me see. Another questions. What are your recommendations for best audience reach for those just starting out? I recommend on using Facebook's Audience Insights tool. You should really check it out because you can get great ideas there if you put in a few keywords and if you put in a few pages of your competitors, for example. You will see you can get a really good picture of how your audience looks like and which interests you should target. So using the audience insights is my recommendation on that. Are most of the marketing done through Facebook? Well, Facebook is a great tool for people who are not really professional, that just starting. It's a great tool because the interface is very friendly. You can find tons of instructional videos and blogs telling you how to start advertising, and the budgets are pretty low. Um, Using Google to advertise is much more complicated than Facebook. So you should start with, maybe you should start with Facebook, and then when you feel that you're confident enough, then you'll move to Google. But be very careful, because if you're doing if you're making mistakes on Google, these mistakes are very expensive. Okay, let me see here. Okay, so question about the last hack, the merge images. We have the same problem with Facebook feed, that the image gets cut off, but we have a single image. So how can we fix it for just a single image if we don't have any other images to create a rectangle? So what you can do here, first of all, before what you can do here, Facebook is about to release a solution that will handle that will enable you to add white space on top of the on the top and the bottom of the image, if it's horizontal, and on the sides if it's vertical, and it will create sort of reasonable rectangle. But I really suggest that you will work on your images and have the images. You don't have to create a single product ad. You can use the carousel, and then you can try to have all your ads, have all your images, all your product images to be square, so you won't have any problem. Actually, square is a great solution, because people love square images. You can see that on Instagram. For some reason, square images look better. Okay. What is a good starting budget for FB advertising? So actually, it really depends. Some people start with $5 a day, and some people start with $500 a day. It depends on your resources. It depends on how big is your target market, because some of you are working with niches that are pretty small. So if you'll try to spend $500, then the results won't be as good as spending $50 on this audience. So it really depends on your target audience. I always suggest that you'll start with a low budget, and then as you see, the results are and your ROI is positive and good, then you can start scaling. Let me see. A lot of questions, guys. I love it. Just let me go over this for a second. Will there be a written info on this, or just a replay? No, you'll get the recording and you'll get the slides. So I think you'll be good with it. Hope so. How do you get started promoting your clothing products or services? Actually, it depends on your clothing product. Is it something casual? Is it something high end? It really depends on your audience, and it really depends on your product. My advice would be to follow your competitors, try to understand everything that they are doing. There are several services I don't remember all of them, but you can Google it, that will show you your competitors' ads. I know that Ad Espresso, which is a great tool, great advertising tool, they have this service where they can show you ads of per vertical or per keyword, and there are other services too. Just Google it, and they usually use the words spy on your competitors or stuff like that, and you can see what other people are doing. Something else that you can try is use SimilarWeb. SimilarWeb is a company that monitors the internet, and for the pro plans, for the professional plans, you can get information about where your competitors or other companies get their traffic from, where are the main sources, what are the main sources, and etc. So check them out. SimilarWeb. Can you recap the 5 tips? Don't worry, we're going to send you the recording, so you'll be able to watch it again. In the last hack, how do you create the 3-view vertical product image? You can create it with any photo manipulation software like Photoshop or GIMP, or really whichever software you like, even with Paint, for example, Microsoft Paint. It's really simple, just having the 3 images side by side. Is there any checkout ad tool for Big Cartel? I'm not sure. I don't know. So you'll have to check with their support. Okay, so on the checkout ads, is this done within Shopify? In other words, how can the website automatically generate an email or get them back to the website checkout? For example, user adds a t-shirt to a cart and abandons the cart. What is the best method? Okay, so in this case, once you have the format of the link, the direct link, all you need to do is try to work with your email software or your developer just to implement this URL format, this link format, in your messaging to your customers, in your emails to your customers. That's all you need to do. It's a built-in feature within Shopify. You don't need a special app for that. What are your thoughts on video adverts as opposed to static adverts, being that video is much cheaper right now? I think that video is awesome, not only because it's cheaper, because people love video. You can, if you scroll your Facebook feed, you'll see that like every third post is a video. Facebook started from textual, with text statuses, and then moved to images, and now it's the video era. So video is great, and you should try to generate great videos. Try not to generate only slideshow videos. Try to do something more exciting with videos. You can ask for examples from your customers to send you short videos with them using your products, wearing your shirt, and this thing is like the ultimate video because it shows social proof, and it shows it on real people, and of course it saves you models and everything. And try to do these things. Video.
Just to add to video advertising too, I think it's also important for video ads and for video on Facebook in general to show just very quick and scannable kind of clips that people can watch in shorter increments as they're waiting in line at the grocery store or that kind of thing. So just very short, kind of snappy, visually grabbing videos.
Yeah. Totally. Nora, there's a question for you, I think. Is Printful looking into integrating with Facebook Shops?
No, but we actually just launched a new integration with Equid, a new e-commerce platform. And through Equid, you can open a shop pretty much anywhere. I know that you can also sell products on Facebook through Equid, on Wix, and other platforms. So I would definitely check that out. But directly integrating with Facebook shops, no.
Okay, thank you. So how much money would you put in Facebook ads in your first month of advertising? Just started your shop, but have 25 products. Like I said before, it really depends on the size of your market and the appeal of your product. I know, for example, that people are selling a lot of shirts with Trump and Hillary jokes, stuff like that, and I know that they're spending a lot of money because it's a hot topic right now. So it really depends on the timing and on your product and on your audience. Actually, one important thing for you to remember now that we're in, if you're advertising to the US, the bids are pretty high right now because Trump and Clinton are spending huge amounts of money on advertising, and the bids are pretty high, and soon we're getting to the holiday season, and the prices are going to be also high. So pay attention to that. It's a factor that you should remember when you are looking at your results. Okay, let me see another question. Just a second, I'm reading. There are a lot of questions here. This is great, but yes, we're going to send out a link to the recording. The free advertising you would recommend? I don't know any free advertising. You can always run a community. You can always have great SEO, especially if you have things that not a lot of people are looking for. You can do really great things with SEO. Just write a lot of content, spend a lot of time writing great product descriptions, and it will be good. You'll do great. Should I put my product price? Yes, sorry, Nora?
Oh, no, sorry. I was just going to also add participating in forums like T-shirt forum or Reddit and other kinds of communities where sellers and T-shirt sellers go to talk about these things.
Yeah, great. What are your thoughts about using Snapchat for advertising? If you're aiming to younger audience, that's a great way. But you have to be very native. You have to be, very genuine, very authentic, because young people usually they have an eye and especially a nose for things that are not authentic. So you should be very authentic. Maybe you should try to use someone young to help you with your marketing there because they speak the language better. And I think that it would be great. I want to add one other thing. I'm going to answer a quick question here. What are your thoughts on automation tools for gaining followers? I don't like it because usually these followers are not real, high quality buyers. So maybe you'll have a lot of followers, but I don't think that it will generate anything substantial in your revenues. I want to tell you something about the latest messenger integration that Shopify just added. You should really check it out because it helps you to communicate with your customers through Facebook Messenger, and you can just add rich snippets of your products to the conversation. So it's a really cool thing, and you should check it out because it really brings back the experience of walking into a physical store and talking to the seller and getting a recommendation. And I know it's not really scalable, but it will surely help you to maybe to sell more and help you convert people with large carts, with the pricey carts. Okay, I think that we're done with the Q&A. Thank you. I think this was the webinar with the last number of Q&A that I got, so it's great. Thank you for that. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time. The webinar will be sent to you in the next couple of days. Nora?
Thanks for tuning in, guys. As Alon said, keep an eye on your inboxes, and we will be sending you the recording. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Alon, for leading this. It was a lot of great advice for everyone here.
It was a pleasure.
Thanks.
It was a pleasure. Thank you, Nora. Thank you, guys. See you soon. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.